Hey guys, welcome to another wonderful episode of Spotlight on Broadway. On this show, we bring you our favorite Nigerian celebrities who we have come to love for the different things they do in their fields. We put them on the spot to ask them different questions, although we have a very good conversation with them. My name is Holy Mo, guys, and today we have a very wonderful person in the studio, but we're going to be going on a short break. And by the time we return, then I'll introduce who we have in the studio. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, guys. Before we went on the break, I told you we have a very fantastic person in the studio today. So now let me tell you about her. She's a producer, a script writer, and an actress as well. She has, however, carved a name for herself in the movie industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I have nobody else in the studio but the one and only Omoni Oboli. Yay! Hello.
Hi.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
It's really courageous for you to carry your natural hair like this.
You think?
Well, most people would rather go on wigs or fix something.
I do go
like
on
this.
wigs sometimes.
But then you came on for an interview with your natural hair.
I love my hair. I love my natural hair. I'm very proud of it. I talk about it all the time. I'm sure people are tired of me already. She's like, go away with your natural hair. We've heard.
Alright, Omani. So now let's talk about your latest movie, Wives on Strike. What exactly is it about?
Okay, so you forgot to say I'm a director. I'm
I'm sorry, ladies
That's
and
okay.
gentlemen. She's a fantastic director for that.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Wives on Strike is my third movie as a director.
Okay.
And it's been a very long journey as a director, and I'm very excited about my journey. Wives on Strike is the story of a group of market women who decided to starve their husbands of sex because they were trying to protest the marriage of an underage girl who happens to be a child in their neighborhood. And by some stroke of luck, the issue went national and even international, and it became a major issue. And you know, it's a very hilarious rendition. You know, it's humor with I call it comedy with a serious message. That's what it is. So it's very, very, very hilarious. You pretty much going to be rolling on the floor watching the movie, but then you also get a message at the end of the day.
Okay. Why did you choose those women to be women who would actually portray those characters? You felt they were better, or you probably have something close with them?
Well, I'm not going to deny the fact that they're my friends and they're my sisters. I love them dearly. But they're also fantastic actresses, and I figured they'll be able to portray those characters very well. And you need to see the movie. They definitely delivered on their roles. Everyone was on point. We had a great time shooting the movie. In post-production, I kept laughing. You know, I mean, it's funny. I wrote the script, I shot the movie, but I just couldn't help myself. In post-production, I just kept laughing throughout. You know, the editors were always laughing when we're editing, because you know everyone was really, really funny. You know, so I think it's going to be a movie people will definitely
love. It must have been a fantastic story. So what actually initiated the whole idea of writing that story?
You know, every day we hear about some little girl that was married off to some older guy. You know, we hear about VVF and all those things that come with, you know, little girls being married off early. I didn't really go into the VVF part of it. I just wanted to highlight the fact that these things really do happen. I mean, you know, because we're in Lagos, we think that a lot of things don't happen, but these things happen, and it's not peculiar to any tribe. Okay? I mean, it happens across board in Nigeria. You know, so I decided to touch on it, but then from experience, I realized that people don't want to watch a movie when they feel it's an advocacy movie.
Okay,
you know what I mean? They just feel, oh, they're just going to flog us over the head with this issue. But that's not what we did with Wives on Strike. What we did with Wives on Strike was tell you a beautiful, interesting story. Okay. It is what it is. Without the advocacy, it stands, it's interesting, it's hilarious, you know. But then you get the message at the end of the day, which is what I wanted to do.
Okay. So, why there was this little controversy, or say something really happened, which was a stunt from your side as publicity. At the end of the day, that's what we found out, I guess.
I'm sorry, who told you that?
Well, the whole fight on Twitter.
Who told you it was a publicity stunt?
That's what most people said it was. Okay, so now I'm asking you, was it a publicity stunt?
There was a misunderstanding. That's what it was, and everything was cleared easily, and very fast too.
Yeah, it really did. Okay, your two movies right now are like the biggest hits in the cinema. How does that make you feel?
I don't know if they're the biggest hits in the cinema, but,
Well,
but at least they did very good numbers and they were blockbusters.
Yeah.
I'm humbled. I honestly am humbled. You know, most people know me as an actor. They don't really know me as a producer or a director for that matter. You know, so when I did those two movies and they became blockbusters and major hits and everyone was talking about them, it was really, really humbling. Because for me, it made me realize you can actually have a voice. You can actually reach people through this. You know, so as much as I love to make people laugh, because all my movies have humor in it. I mean, Be Mrs. Taylor's had a lot of humor.
Yeah.
The First Lady was total humor. You know, and then Wives on Strike is coming again, and it's really, really funny. You know, so because I feel like Nigeria's hard enough the way it is. You know, people should just go to the cinema and let their head down and enjoy themselves and have a good laugh. You know, and forget for a minute or for 2 hours, whatever the duration of the movie is, that they actually have problems, you know, back home. So that's what I try to do. So I'm really humbled with the reception of my work.
Alright, so we should be expecting a whole lot from Wives on Strike.
Yes, we should expect a lot from Wives on Strike.
Alright guys, we still have Omoni Oboli in the studio. We're going to be going on a short break, and by the time we return, we'll have more questions for her. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back guys, and we still have Omoni Oboli in the studio. So Omoni, why is it a major problem for people to actually break through, like become big in the movie industry?
I don't think it's peculiar to the movie industry. I think it's a fact of life, or it's something that cuts across board. It's difficult to become big in anything. You've got to give it a lot of work, you know, diligence, hard work, perseverance. You know, I mean, everyone had to go. Every once in a while, you see one or two people who just do one thing and that's it for them. You know, but unlike the rest of us, you know, that had to pretty much stay the whole course and try again. You know, but what I say to people is this: you just have to keep trying. It doesn't matter how many no's you get. One day you're gonna get a yes, and who knows, that yes might just be what you need. You know, so I think for artists or for people who are trying to make it big in the movie industry, you just have to keep putting yourself out there. You know, I mean, there's social media today. It wasn't there some years ago. Now you can actually do your own stuff and put it online. You see a lot of comedians and all those people doing funny stuff and putting these things. Make us laugh, they make us happy. You know, I called someone on the phone the other day. He's just someone I've been watching online, and I sent him a direct message that, you know what, I'd like to work with you. You know, but if he didn't put all that stuff online, I would never have seen him, and I would not call him to say, I want to put you in my next movie. So, you know, so people, you never know who's watching. So instead of sitting in that corner and saying, oh, no one is giving me a chance, I'm just there, you know, I've been trying, I've been going for audition, I didn't do something, put it out there. It's almost free. It is free. The only thing you have to buy is data, obviously. You know, you put your stuff out there, you don't know who's watching and who's seeing it, you know, so you just have to keep trying. That's what it is.
Okay, so in your own opinion, would you say the music industry is ahead of the movie industry?
Whew, it's a tough question to answer. I don't know if I would say it's ahead. They're two totally different industries. I mean, everywhere in the world, music stars are more, how would I put it, more, they probably have more followers, right? I think it's the same thing almost everywhere in the world. They have more followership, but then unlike movies, their fans are more dedicated to them in a way. I don't know if I'm putting this right. So someone sees an actor and they feel like they can connect with them. They feel like, oh, that's Omoni, I know her, right? Because you've seen me cry on TV, you've seen me laugh on TV, you've seen me give birth on TV, you've seen me get married on TV. So you just feel like, I know her, I'm part of her story, right? So it's a bit different. It's more personal with actors, But then with musicians, it's more like out there. So I think they have more followership. I think that's what I think.
Okay, Omoni, which parts of your professions, your well, different things you do, you're a director, you're a scriptwriter, you're a producer, you're an actress, what part of it is harder?
I think, I think producing and directing. And I say that because every time I'm producing, I'm also directing and I'm also acting.
Okay.
So it's a very tough job. You know, the script writing part of it is done before the shoot. So it's part of pre-production. I probably wrote the script like 2 years before I did the movie. I mean, being Miss Celos, I wrote it almost 4 years before I eventually did the movie. You know, I have scripts now that I've written for like 3 years that I've not shot.
Okay.
You know, so that part of it, you don't really think about it because you do it before the actual shoot. So, but when I actually go into production, I'm producing and directing, and I'm acting at the same time. So it's really, really tough. It's a tough job. So but acting comes naturally to me. I can wake up and act, and I love it. You know, but directing is more technical. So I have to think. You know, so I finish on set. Even if I finish at 3 a.m. I have to plot the scenes for the next day. So it's a lot of technical work. So it's more tasking to me because it doesn't come as naturally as acting does, right? And then producing is another ball game altogether. Oh my gosh, managing everybody, and you know, sometimes I just want to cry. You know, like, why am I doing this? Well, you know, and I'm thinking I don't think I want to do this again. But as soon as I'm done, I'm like, when are we going on set again? You know, so I love everything that I do.
But which do you prefer?
Like I said, acting comes naturally to me, and I've always loved acting. Right from when I was 2, I did my first play when I was 3 years old. So it's something I've really always loved. So I guess maybe I love that more.
Okay, now let's go into the industry. Who is your favorite actress in the industry?
I don't have one. I don't have
Even.
I don't have any one person. I like a number of them. So it's hard for me to pick and choose just one person. And I don't like being put on the spot as well.
But if you were to just say, okay, this is like, if you were to mention somebody.
Like I said, I don't like being put on the spot.
Okay, no
so
problem.
I won't mention one person.
Okay, but I still really want to know though. It's not like I'm putting you on the spot.
You are putting me on the spot.
It's just me just wanting to know, like.
No, you're putting me on the spot.
All right then.
I have a number of favorite actresses. Let's leave it
Okay,
at that.
so who name?
Too many to mention.
Who is that person you haven't worked with yet?
Who I haven't worked with yet?
Yeah.
I think I've worked with pretty much. I think I've worked with pretty much everyone that I want to work with. I think so. I really think so.
So Omoni, even to ask if you're to kill, shag, or marry between RMD, Alex Okubo,
Oh, my boo.
so and OCKG, who would you kill? Who would you shag?
So
who would you
tough.
marry?
Come on, don't do this.
I just want to know. I like.
Okay, so my last movie,
Mm.
The First Lady, Alex was my love interest in the movie,
Okay.
and everyone knows that I love Alex to bits, right? So, of course, I'll marry Alex because you know, we have history, not that type of history. Then, oh gosh, RMD is like every girl's crush. You know, everyone loved him when they were growing up. And also is my brother.
It does not matter.
I will shall kill one of them and shag one of them.
Yes.
Do you see RMD? Let's just leave it at I don't know. One of them.
Alright, Omoni, it's been wonderful having you on the show. What would you tell people outside who want to come into the industry, like the young actors and actresses? How would you tell them to keep pushing?
You know, I think I answered that question earlier when I was talking about putting yourself out there. Like I said, it's gone are the days where you just sit down at home and wait for manna to fall from heaven, or just go for auditions and you get no's and you get depressed and discouraged. There's so many things available to us now. There's so many tools. There's the social media that you can really, really use to your advantage. I mean, people online are making videos of themselves, doing so many things, putting it on YouTube, some getting millions of views and making money even from that, you know, and you can put your work out there, let people see it, just keep doing your thing and be diligent, keep praying, and you never know.
Alright, your Instagram handle, your Twitter handle, in case people want to reach out to you.
Okay, so if you want to reach out to me, it's really easy. All my social media just go by my name. So Twitter is at Omoni Oboli, Instagram is at Omoni Oboli. Facebook, my Facebook page is Omoni Oboli as well.
Thank you very much, Omoni Oboli. It's wonderful having you on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of another Spotlight on Broadway, this time around with Omoni Oboli. Join us same time next week. My name is Holumo. To have a lovely weekend.